Looking for the best drone under $200? Luckily for you, there are some gems hidden in the rough, and this is why we're identifying the top 5 drones under $200 list currently available on the market in 2022. Let's get to it then. Here's are the best drones under $200, tested and reviewed. Number 1. Holy Stone HS510 Drone. The name Holy Stone has become synonymous with quality at a reasonable price in the drone market. You've probably heard about at least one Holy Stone drone before you came here. With that in mind, the Holy Stone HS510 is the go-to model for people that want to learn how to fly a drone, and wish to accomplish that without spending too much money. Still, the question remains. The Holy Stone HS510 comes fitted with a 7.6V LiPo 1500 mAh battery, which should be enough for a maximum flight time of 16 minutes on a single charge. The battery performance isn't exactly industry-leading, but it sure blows some of the competing beginner-friendly quadcopters out of the water. Plus, I'd say that the flight time is long enough for beginners to get the hang of piloting a drone. Even if you end up pushing your drone to its absolute limits, you'll be glad to hear that it features not one but 2 rechargeable batteries. The HS510 gets bonus points for the compact but stylish design of the remote controller. The LCD screen displays vital in-flight information, including the battery status, and the drone's distance and altitude. The relatively compact remote controller, which relies on low-latency 2.4 GHz frequency, can maintain the drone's connection within a range of up to 600 to 800 meters. Switching to FPV real-time video transmission cuts the field down to 200 to 300 meters, though. The controller unit is powered by 2 AA batteries, which can be considered an advantage because you don't have to wait for it to recharge. On the flip side, disposable batteries aren't exactly eco-friendly. This isn't necessarily a downside, merely something to keep in mind. The HS510 is a camera-equipped quadcopter, featuring a 4K Ultra HD camera with a 120-degree wide field of view. It's capable of taking crystal-clear aerial photography, and can shoot 4K videos at 16 frames per second or 2.7K videos at 25 frames per second, depending on the storage you're using. The camera has single-axis gimbal stabilization, which isn't as effective as a 3-axis gimbal. So, the videos will likely come out a bit shakier than you'd prefer. You get to adjust the camera angle by up to 90 degrees, but only manually. Once the HS510 is in the air, there's not much you can do. Number 2. Ruko F11 4K Drone. When you're looking for a good quality drone for a decent price, it can easily become frustrating, especially if you're a first-time buyer. Finding that ideal drone to add to the cart can become tough if you're looking for some top-tier performance. Why should you even consider this drone if it's slightly above your price range? Well, whenever we discuss the qualities and performance of a drone, the first thing that pops into everyone's heads is its battery life and flight time. But even though this is arguably the most important aspect of a drone, at the end of the day, most manufacturers can't brag about the flight time of their models, especially not at this price range. Yet, with the Ruko F11, the manufacturers didn't slack when it comes to the flight time of this drone. The F11 promises up to 30 minutes of flight in calm conditions, which is insane. That alone blew the competition of the under $200 drones. This unit sits firmly at the top of the list as the best camera drone. You're getting half an hour straight to record something, and if that doesn't impress you, we don't know what will. Even if 30 minutes is somehow not enough for you, you'll have the second 2500 mAh lithium polymer battery at your disposal. So, when you add up the extra time, you can have up to an hour of stable flight with this unit. Keep in mind that it usually takes around 3 hours to charge the battery, though. It's not ideal, but we'll take it. What about the control range of this drone? We're glad to inform you that the Ruko F11 offers a 1,200-meter, 3,937-foot, max control range. Number 3. Potensic upgraded A20 mini drone. One of the biggest mistakes people that are new to the world of drones make is that they often go for the most expensive model. While high-end drones come with a whole slew of awesome features and specs, they're useless to you if you don't have any piloting experience. This is why it's best you start your drone hobby by getting a relatively cheap model that can help you learn all the basics. Once you're comfortable with taking off, landing, turning, and flying around, you can start thinking about getting a better model. Another good thing about cheap drones is that you won't be that mad when you eventually crash it. Crashing a $20 drone hurts much less than crashing a $200 one. Potensic A20 is an ideal quadcopter drone for beginners. It's super affordable, and most importantly extremely easy to fly. Let's see what the A20 has to offer. The first thing we have to discuss about this drone is its flight time. The A20 can fly for only 6 minutes. However, it comes with 3 batteries. This means that the total flight time adds up to 18 minutes. While this is far from a decent flight time, when you factor in the price, it's actually superb. Most high-end drones rarely come with included extra batteries. The best thing about the batteries is that they recharge pretty quickly. It takes only about an hour for the battery to get fully recharged, which is pretty impressive. This is mainly because the batteries are pretty tiny when compared to those found in higher-end models. Flight time isn't the only important metric, there's also the range. Range on this drone is pretty short, only around 100 meters. While you might think this is pretty tiny, when you factor in that the A20 is intended to be used indoors, 100 meters is more than enough. The controller works on a 2.4 GHz frequency, which means it won't interfere with your Wi-Fi. Another excellent feature is the headless mode. When you activate this mode, you don't have to worry about the drone's orientation. It will be able to strafe in any direction and turn however you want. Unfortunately, because Potensic upgraded A20 mini drone is so cheap, it doesn't come with a camera. Besides, there's no point in buying a drone with a camera that you can only fly indoors. Number 4. Holy Stone HS440 Drone. If you don't want anything fancy and a drone with a 1080p HD camera is more than enough to meet your needs, you've come to the right spot. Allow us to introduce you to the Holy Stone HS440, one of those beginner-friendly units that still have a few cards up their sleeve. With a price tag of just over $100, we were pretty surprised by the general characteristics of this drone and everything it offers to its users. Why? Well, most of them are things that are only usually found on drones that are, at the very least, $50 more expensive than this one right here. We know that HS440 sounds too good to be true. So, let's dive into the specs of this budget-friendly yet phenomenal drone. What this mode does is allows you to set your drone to fly along a specific, previously set path, traveling back and forth within a fixed distance. You can capture stunning shots and document mesmerizing sceneries using the drone's wide-angle Full HD camera. Just remember that you're limited to the 328-foot max range between you and the drone. We'd like to mention a few more notable modes before moving on to the camera. The HS440 drone features altitude hold, headless mode, and return to home, making it super easy to fly. As we previously mentioned, the HS440 features a decent 1080p HD auto-adjustable camera with a 140-degree wide-angle lens capable of capturing high-resolution pictures and videos. The 90-degree adjustable lens can be set via the remote control and will give you the ability to see the world from a different angle, especially when you throw FPV transmission into the mix. Number 5. Contixo F12 Camera Drone. If you already have some experience flying drones, then the next logical step is getting yourself a model that comes with a camera. In the past, getting a drone with a 4K camera would set you back for a couple of thousands of dollars. Thankfully, the manufacturing process has been refined and the cost have plummeted in the past decade. Today, you can quite a few quadcopters that come with a decent camera and are decently priced. One such drone is the Contigio F12. This affordable drone comes with a wide-angle 4K camera, GPS-assisted flight, and a carrying case. Contigio F12 is capable of flying for around 15 minutes on a full charge. While this is far from the longest flight time, it's pretty decent for a low-end drone. The F12 comes with an extra battery, so you effectively get around half an hour of flight time. The recharge time is around 120 minutes, which means you'll have to wait for a while before you can start flying again. The range on the F-22 is also pretty surprising for a budget drone. The F-22 has a control range of around 1,800 feet. With this much range, you'll have no problem taking incredible aerial shots. Unfortunately, there's no video stabilization, but you can expect that from a budget drone. The F-22 comes with a whole slew of useful features. For starters, this comes with gesture control. If you make a "yeah" gesture, the drone will start taking photos, and if you make a palm gesture, the drone will start video recording. Another cool feature is the follow mode. You can set the F-22 to follow you while you're riding a bike, skate, or doing any other activity. This is perfect if you're an outdoorsy type that likes capturing every moment. Contigio F-22 comes with a wide-angle 4K camera. The camera can record video in 2K FHD resolution and take stills in 4K. The only thing we don't like about the camera is that there is no stabilization. It doesn't come with a gimbal.